Hi guys, welcome to my video. So I am back with another video on another woman. And if you want to learn about her or hear a little bit more about her, then keep watching. So as you can see in the title, today I'll be talking about La Viuda Negra, also known as Griselda Blanco, also known as the godmother or the godmother of cocaine. She was one of the biggest drug lords from Colombia. To start, she had a rough childhood. She came from a home of abuse. She grew up poor, and I believe that's what made her turn to crime. That's why a lot of people turn to crime. But anyway, she actually started at a young age. At 11 years old, she kidnapped a 10-year-old boy who came from a wealthy family. But when the family refused to pay the ransom, she shot him and killed him. Afterwards, she was said to be a prostitute and pickpocket. As a teenager, she met a small-time criminal who would smuggle immigrants into the United States, or better known as a coyote. They got married and had 3 kids. 3 sons to be more specific. They eventually got divorced, and it is believed that years later, she was the one who ordered his murder. After that relationship, she married another man, Alberto Bravo, in the 1970s. Through him, she became involved in the cocaine trade. Griselda and Alberto began bringing drugs into the United States through New York. Griselda would have women fly in planes wearing lingerie with secret compartments where the drugs were hidden. They had a direct cocaine connect in the cocaine in Colombia, which took a lot of business away from the Italian mafia, and that's how she got her nickname, the Godmother. But in 1975, she went back to Colombia because she was facing drug charges. That year, she thought her husband was stealing money because when she got home, she noticed that there was millions missing. They had a shootout between the two. He shot her in the stomach, she shot him in the head, which of course killed him. Then that gave her her Black Widow nickname. She then met her third husband and married him in 1978, and she had her fourth son. Her 3 older sons got into the drug business with her. She tried to prevent her fourth son from getting involved, but as he got older, he eventually got involved as well. The 3 older sons were eventually killed. The youngest one was the one to survive, and he's actually still alive today. Griselda also ended up killing her third husband, upkeeping her Black Widow nickname. But going back to her cocaine career, in the 1970s, she moved to Miami to continue her business. She also played a big part in the Miami drug wars. To get rid of her competition, she ordered a lot of murders that were committed by hitmen on motorcycles. She was the one who pretty much invented the whole gunmen on bikes or drive-by shootings. Griselda was responsible for up to 2,000 murders, maybe even more. And when she would order a kill, she expected everyone around to be killed as well. Innocent bystanders, kids, she didn't care who it was. She brought in more than 3 tons of cocaine into the country. And to put that into perspective a little for you guys, it was over 6,000 pounds. All of that equaled a net worth of $80 million a month. Guys, 80 million in 1 month. That's about $960 million a year. That's a lot of money. Griselda was worse than the men that were involved in the drug trade. She pretty much paved the way for Pablo Escobar and many others. Some even say that Pablo Escobar was her prodigy, but others claim that they became deadly rivals. Along with the multiple murders, she would force men and women to have sex with her and with each other at gunpoint in the orgies she would host. Which is crazy because a lot of people don't know that. She was pretty much a rapist, forcing people to have sex with her and with each other at gunpoint. That's really sick. She also had a cocaine addiction that contributed to the paranoia she would experience. of course, along with the many enemies that wanted her dead. So she feared for her life and moved across the country to California in 1984. The year after that, in 1985, she was arrested and taken to New York to face the drug charges she had escaped in 1975. She was sentenced to 15 years. Even while she was in jail, she continued to run her empire. She met an Oakland crack dealer, Charles Cosby, who she entrusted her empire to and became lovers with. In 1994, one of her hitmen snitched her out. He agreed to testify against her, which, with everything she had done, she knew that it would send her to the electric chair. On one of Charles' visits, Griselda slipped him a note that said, JFK, 5M, NY. Her prosecutors were looking to give her the death penalty. Charles asked what the note meant. Griselda wanted him to organize the kidnapping of John F. Kennedy Jr. in New York and hold him in exchange for her freedom, and the kidnappers would each receive $5 million. They surrounded him while he was walking his dog, but a cop car happened to pass by that scared them off, and the plan fell through. But the former hitman's credibility was questioned after people found out he was having phone sex with the secretaries at the prosecuting attorney's office. One of the secretaries claimed she was just following orders from the prosecutor, which he denied the allegations, of course. In 1998, Griselda eventually pled guilty to 3 counts of murder in order to be given a shorter sentence. 6 years later, she was released and deported back to Colombia. She then retired her career and was killed by a gunman in a motorcycle in a drive-by shooting. The irony, right? But alright guys, that's all I have for today. If you watched this far, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye guys.